Esteemed Chairman, Joint Secretary, Directors of the ES Group of Institutions, Principals of different institutions under the management, Distinguished Principal of Theivanai Ammal College of Education, praiseworthy teacher educators, commendable administrative staff, proud parents, and most importantly, the bread and butter of the graduation day celebrations, the graduates. Vellathanaya malarneetam, mandradam ullathanayadu uyarvu. The stalks of flowers are proportionate to the depth of water, so is the person's greatness proportionate to the mind. With this immortal couplet of Tiruvalluvar, I would like to begin my convocation address, and at the outset, let me record my deep sense of happiness in coming over to an institution which is very professionally conducted and a graduation day which is meticulously planned and very professionally organized. In fact, it is professionalism that matters. In fact, there is a classical comparison. Some programs are called professional programs and some are non-professional programs. A BA Sociology is not a professional program in the parlance and technical language of University Grants Commission and other things. Whereas an MBBS or a BTech or BE is a professional program, like your B.Ed program. But in my humble opinion, any program conducted in a professional way is a professional program. So that way I am very happy that the institution has so many professional programs being organized under the dynamic leadership of a very academic chairman who can talk practically about the developments in the higher education system and ably supported by Madam here. And dear friends, this college day marks a special occasion in the history of Theivanai Ammal College of Education. It is a day to recognize the hard work and dedication of the teacher educators and celebrate the achievements of the graduates. Teacher educators of this institution, with a sense of pride, now can feel that your great accomplishments are sitting right in front of us in the form of each and every one of the graduates. They have made you all proud, and no doubt you all feel accomplished to have educated and prepared them as citizens, teachers, social engineers, and above all human beings, good human beings. My hearty congratulations to all the teacher educators first. And I am very happy that the principal and the team of teacher educators in this institution has had a very vibrant year filled with a lot of activities focused on all-round growth and development, leading to an integrated personality of the graduates studying here. Coming to the graduates, dear graduates, your hard work, determination and perseverance have paid off now, and you have earned your degrees. As you leave the portals of this great institution with a long-standing and great reputation and embark upon the next phase of your journey, I encourage you to embrace new challenges and meet them with strength and encourage. My hearty congratulations to every one of you. And we have with us proud parents watching the happy moments of their sons and daughters, or rather daughters, graduating from their prestigious institution. No doubt, their unconditional love, sacrifice are the foundational pillars of the success of the children. Dear parents, this is a red letter day in your lives also. My hearty congratulations to all of you. Dear graduates, on this momentous occasion, I would like to share with you some of my thoughts and ideas on the 21st century life and work that awaits you outside the institution. As you all know, the first quarter of the 21st century is already over. This is the first month of 2026. The next 25 years are going to be very crucial in your lives, not only in the individual life of you, but also in the life of the country. We celebrated in a very grand manner the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, that is 75 years of India's independence. And 21 years from now, we are going to have the centenary of the independence in our country in 2047. We envision a developed nation, a developed India, a Viksit Bharat. In order to achieve this vision, we all have to put in concerted efforts towards the same. And these 25 years, the upcoming 25 years, are looked at as Amrit Kal or Kartavya Kal. Kartavya Kal means it is a period of discharging our duties. Right? That is very important. A period of sincere work, hard work, smart work with a positive energy and enthusiasm. May God the Almighty grant the required energy, enthusiasm, and attitude for such committed work in the teaching profession you have chosen. It is here I would like to share with you something about the 21st century skills required on your part. The UNESCO comes out with a document, 21st century skills, and it identifies 134 skills as essential skills for successful life in the 21st century. And I am trying to bring them under 7 C's. You all would have heard of the 7 C's, 7 mountains. Am I right? 7 Malai, 7 Kadal, Party Soli Kuduthirupanga kadaya. But not those 7 C's I am talking. I am talking about the 7 capital C's I would like to highlight to you. And they are communication, collaboration, creativity, critical thinking, character, citizenship, and computational thinking. The first and most important one, communication skills. See, as long as people are alive, they communicate in one way or the other. The moment life is gone, communication is gone. Verbally or non-verbally, we communicate with people, society. It is communication that keeps a community alive. In any profession you choose, success or failure is largely determined by the effective communication skills you possess. No doubt, the institution would have given you with a lot of planning and training to develop your skills of communication. And all of you must take conscious efforts to take the acquired skills of communication to the next level in your professional. For a teacher, effective communication is a very vital skill, and through positive classroom communication, you can make a big difference as a teacher. If you critically look at your own career as a student, you would have really imbibed a lot of enthusiasm and spirit from a teacher who communicated well with you. Not the teacher who had higher knowledge, but the person who communicated well with you. So I request all of you to ensure that you remain a positive communicator with the students. The next C stands for collaboration, which is a very key 21st century skill. This morning, I was reading on the platform that 2 big companies, Zebronics and another company, till yesterday they were competitors. And today morning they have come together and they have forged an alliance and they are launching a new company. 20th century was a century of competition and 21st century is a century of collaboration. So you should essentially build a skill to collaborate. Joining hands with right people at the right time is a key to successful completion of the tasks assigned to you. If this graduation day has been planned well and organized well, a lot of teamwork has gone, right? Am I right? So that way, remember, no one can remain an island. And the going up in the ladder of professional success depends on your ability to have interpersonal skills with people and communities. All of you have to learn to collaborate and work jointly with people in a team towards the goal. Then only the accomplishment happens. The third C stands for creativity. I have no doubt in my mind that every one of you have so much of creative energy and potential. And psychology says that when a person is writing a poem or drawing or teaching a child, right, the creativity level goes up, right? Not while conducting a practical in a lab, okay, but only when creative works, right, the full potential of the human brain unfolds itself. You will have to unleash that creative energy in terms of the out-of-the-box thinking as a teacher. Remember, a successful teacher is one who is creative, innovative in his or her pedagogy. The fourth C stands for critical thinking. Please understand that all of us are capable of thinking. Thinking is one faculty that distinguishes you and I from the rest of the animals. But all of us are not good at critical thinking, but all of us can develop critical thinking through continuous and constant practice. All that is required is an analytical mind which can look at an issue, small or big, from all angles and arrive at the best possible solution, which will satisfy all those who are connected. Please understand, dear young graduates, the world is full of problems and we need problem solvers, right? Not problem creators, right? And in any educational institution, problems are bound to come as part of daily routines. For handling them shrewdly with ease, you will essentially depend on your critical thinking abilities. With experience, no doubt, every one of you will acquire the technical acumen and analytical thinking which will help you and help your institution, and at the next level help your students to solve their problems they come across. The next C, the most important one for a teacher, is character. I would like to quote here Swami Vivekananda. I am a product of Ramakrishna Mission Vidyalaya College of Education. Our teacher education was an altogether different ball game. Our life as a B.Ed trainee used to start at 5:10 in the morning and go up to 10:45 in the night. And post dinner, we used to have a Swamiji coming and delivering a talk to us, right? And it was a complete residential course. Every boy, right, out of 100 has to stay inside the campus. And we were made to wear only white dhoti and white shirt because that was the order of the day. That is how we were trained, right, as teachers. Okay? And to quote Swami Vivekananda, education is not the amount of information that is put into your brain which runs riot undigested all your life. I am exactly quoting the words right from my memory, right? You know, education is not the amount of information that is put into your brain which remains undigested all your life. It is the man-making and character-building assimilation of ideas. And if you have assimilated 5 ideas and made them your life and character, you are more educated than a person who has got by heart a whole library. What matters is assimilation of ideas and making the ideas your life and character. You should have at least 5 ideas as the guiding principles of your life. That is what I appeal to you. And as a teacher, the guiding principles are all the more important compared with any other profession. Because an unethical engineer will spoil one building. An unethical doctor will kill a life. But if an unethical teacher is there, a generation is lost. That is why I appeal to all of you, ensure that I'm not saying that you have to build. As a teacher aspirant, I am sure already, right, your parents have given you a good life and a sincere life with a value system embedded. But kindly ensure that the character that you have already got in terms of the good conduct continues, right? That is a very important thing. And you see, irrespective of the profession or position, character and conduct is important. Every religion, preaches right conduct and right life. All the Vedas, the scriptures and holy books are full of the age-old wisdom and would guide you in the right path. No doubt all of you, coming from good families, good schools and a good college like Theivanai Ammal College of Education, will lead a life of right conduct. Citizenship is the next C. Citizenship here is all about the sense of identity with a nation, society, community around you. You are all not an individual, you are a part of a community. As much as you make the community, that much the community and society have contributed to your individual development. See, your parents have paid the fees and given you education. But please understand, it is the common man's taxpayers' money that has given you a good quality education. And it is right time for you to pay back to the community and the nation that has helped you to become a graduate. If you are a graduate today, you are lucky in many ways because fellow youngsters like you in many parts of the country remain without education at the higher education level. So all that I would like to share with you is that you have the responsibility towards the society, right, in which you live. No doubt our country is a free nation, but remember, young graduates, with freedom comes the responsibility. right? It is not freedom comes free of cost. Freedom gives you the responsibility. When we talk about the right, along with that, the duty is important. When we talk about the fundamental rights, see, always we talk about fundamental rights in the Constitution of India. But the same Constitution of India enshrines within itself the fundamental duties for every citizen of the nation. Please remember, the fundamental duties enshrined in the Constitution. At this point, I must also tell you the 21st century citizenship is global citizenship, looking at the whole world as one community. I hope you would remember when India was hosting the G20 as its president, we had a great logo and we had a great tagline that is they highlighted the immortal Indian vision of Vasudeva Kudumbakam, that is one earth, one family, one future. I hope you will all seriously take this idea and work towards this. Coming to the last C, the computational thinking. See, it has something to do with your everyday life and in the workplace. Okay? Otherwise called the digital literacy. It is a life skill. It is a liberal art. Like learning swimming or like learning how to ride a two-wheeler or a car driving. Everyone must learn the skills of working with computers, digital gadgets and equipment. And the digital literacy is getting reshaped now as AI literacy. I don't know whether we have recently read some articles online, and we talk about Chat GPT, DeepSeek, and we talk highly about all these innovations coming up in a way, and we look at AI as the world looked at electricity 103 years back. When electricity came 103 years back, till the previous day evening there was no light. And one fine morning electricity came and the whole world changed. Every human being got the benefit out of it in one way or the other. The same way electricity changed the face of human life. Artificial intelligence is going to change the face of life, and it is going to penetrate deeply into all aspects of human life. Let it be transportation, let it be health, let it be industry, let it be commerce, let it be business, and no doubt education. And India is building the third center of excellence in AI focused on education. Already 2 centers of excellence, each with 1,000 crores funding, has been created and they are working. And I am very happy that Theivanai Ammal College of Education could connect with the responsible AI. The first Center for Responsible AI was established in IIT Madras, right? And we are going to have the third Center of Excellence in AI focused on education with 750 crore funding, and it is going to function in a hub and spoke model. And colleges can become spokes, and there will be a hub that will contribute, and all innovations and experimentations with AI will happen for the next 2.5 years, and India will come to a kind of a conclusion. It is this AI which works for India's students, and it is this AI which works for Indian higher education institutions. It is this AI which works for Indian school education system. So dear friends, AI literacy becomes essential for you as a teacher of the digital era, as a teacher of the 21st century. And the most important aspect of the computational thinking is that every one of you can develop. Please understand, it is a liberal art. See, there is no restriction that some people can learn swimming, only some people can learn bicycling. It is like anybody can learn swimming, anybody can learn cookery, anybody can learn bicycling or two-wheeler riding. So, I am sure you will all develop in the days to come, the technology literacies, media literacies, and AI literacies required for your profession as a 21st century teacher. Dear students, Dr. S. Radhakrishnan, the teacher turned President of India, observed that the real assets of an educational institution are not the tall buildings or costly equipments, but committed teachers. The word committed is very important here. Stay committed to the profession of teaching, which is the greatest of professions on the earth. I would like to quote here one of the writers who influenced Mahatma Gandhi to the maximum possible. Mahatma Gandhi writes in his life history that my ahimsa, my will to fight against the Britishers, all these things emerged from the inspiration I drew from a writer, John Ruskin. John Ruskin is one of the immortal writers. In one of his very popular books, The Unto the Last, he comes out with 5 greatest intellectual professions required for a civilized nation. I hope I'm making my point clear. He comes out with 5 intellectual professions which are required for a civilized nation. And he says they are, first one is that of the pastor. Pastor in the Christian concept, idea of a guru, right? And the pastor's job is that of teaching values to people. The second one is that of the soldier. And the soldier's job is to defend the nation. The third one is that of the physician, right? His or her job is to keep the nation healthy. And the fourth one is that of the lawyer and the juryman. Their job is to enforce law and justice in the country. And the fifth one, he says, is the merchant. The merchant's profession and the duty is to feed the country, right? I am sure why I am mentioning these 5 professions and where there is no mention of the teacher. John Ruskin never listed teacher in these 5. Why he did not mention as teacher in this 5 is because he writes in the commentary, I cannot equate a teacher with these 5 professions. That is why I have not listed. Because a teacher creates the preacher, a teacher creates the soldier, a teacher creates the lawyer, a teacher creates the physician, and a teacher creates the merchant. That is why I am not equating. So dear friends, as a teacher, be yourself, continue learning, continue growing, not to impress others, but to experience genuine professional and personal growth. And in doing so, you will truly develop deeper and more meaningful relationships with yourself, with your family, with your friends, with your students, colleagues and others. Dear graduates, always remember the contributions of your parents, your teachers and the institutions that have made you what you are today. Never miss the opportunity to contribute whatever possible to the community, society, country and the planet in which you are placed. I would like to close my graduation day address with a small incident from the life of Mahatma Gandhi. I earlier mentioned how John Ruskin influenced Mahatma Gandhi. You see, Mahatma Gandhi, after India's independence, was not a very happy person, as the history will say, because some of the political developments were not in tune with his thought process. So he was keeping himself at a low profile. He was just visiting some ashrams and he was just giving some bhajans and prayer meetings. That is how it was going on. At one point, he was camping at Wardha. You know, Wardha ashram is one of the most popular ashrams of Mahatma Gandhi. And as a B.Ed graduate, you know very well the Wardha scheme was launched from that ashram. Right, the basic education model of Mahatma Gandhi called Wardha scheme was launched from that ashram. So he was staying there for a period of 2 weeks and every day conducting a prayer meeting in the evening. So the prayer meeting will start, some bhajans will be there and an arati will be performed and some 10 or 20 boys and girls in that neighborhood, they will come and sit and listen to him. After that, a brief talk he will give. So on that day, particular day that I am mentioning, he chose to speak about the theme patriotism, love for the country, the nationalistic fervor. And he delivered a talk for about 10-15 minutes. And at the end of the talk, he asked the people, some 20 or 30 boys and girls sitting there, anybody having a question, right? Like any other teacher, no? Right? Asked that. And one very thin-built, lean boy stood up and asked, Bapuji, I have a question. And he was really happy that somebody raises a question. So he said, yes, boy, come on, you ask the question. Then the boy asked, Bapuji, my question is this. You talked about patriotism, fine. You talked about love for the country, fine, great. And you talked about the nationalistic fervor, excellent. But we also are equally patriotic like you, right? But only the problem we have is we don't have ways to show our patriotism. You had patriotism and you also had ways to show patriotism because you were fighting against the Britishers, you were imprisoned, you were beaten up by police, you were taken to the prison, you lost your personal belongings, you lost your personal life, you lost the comforts of your home, you struggled. And these were the ways in which you could show your patriotism. But now, there is no enemy to fight with. The Britishers are gone. Then how do we show our patriotism? And Mahatma Gandhi smiled at him and he said, it's a very long question, but my answer will be in a single sentence with 4 words. He said, you have enough patriotism, that's excellent. And you don't have methods to show, don't worry, there is a way to show your patriotism. You want to show your patriotism, you want to show your nationalistic fervor, you want to show your love for the country, fine. Do this thing very simple. He said, 4-lettered sentence he said, right? 4-worded sentence he said, do your work better. Better than what it was yesterday, better than what it was last month, better than what it was last year. Right? If Theivanai Ammal College can organize a better graduation day next year, you are showing, the institution records its patriotism. So if every one of you start doing your work better and better, ultimately the best one we reach. That is the same thing, a doctor has to keep on performing better surgeries. A lawyer has to keep on conducting better cases, right? So it is all the process of becoming better, my dear friends. At this junction, I would like to share with you, finally, to the graduates, I offer my most sincere congratulations once again, and I wish you all the very best as you embark on your next chapter of your lives. I wish you all success. In the words of Mahakavi Bharati, one of the greatest sons of our soil, Manadil Urudhi Vendum, Vakinile Inime Vendum, Nenevu Nallathu Vendum, Nerungina Porul Kaipadal Vendum, Kanavu Meipadal Vendum, Kaivasamavathu Viraivil Vendum, Thanamum Inbamum Vendum, Tharaniyile Perami Vendum, இது அனைத்தும் உங்கள் ஒவ்வொருவருக்கும் வேண்டும் என்று வேண்டி ரைட் வாய்ப்பளித்த தெய்வம்மாள் காலேஜுக்கு நன்றி செலுத்தி விடைபெறுகிறேன். My best wishes to one and all. Thank you very much.